And we're back. Last week we left off at the Fontana yard in maintenance. We were there for a whole week, so brought it in there. They did some work on it, basically just tapped or shimmied a couple things around. I forget exactly what they did the first time. Uh, the check engine light and all the other lights turned off. Grabbed a load, got about 50 miles down the road, and they all came back on again. So we turned it right back around, right back to the Fontana yard, turned it back in, and that was Saturday. So by the time we got back, it was Saturday afternoon, and they're closed over the weekend. So then we had to wait Saturday and Sunday. I just hung out, took some personal time, and then checked it in on Monday, checked it back in on Monday. They started working on it Monday, and then by Tuesday afternoon, it was finally fixed, and it's now Thursday, and the lights have stayed off. So it looks like they fixed it good this time. But that took a whole week, and then after that, we grabbed a load in the Los Angeles area, then we went to Las Vegas, and then from Vegas back to LA, and then to San Diego, and then from San Diego we're heading actually back to Paris, California right now, and we're just stuck, kind of stuck, at a little parking area in Paula Mesa. There's a 40-minute delay on the 15, and I don't feel like driving through that, so I just sort of parked it. There's a parking area right here at the top of Paula Mesa. It's kind of by Escondido, and I think Fallbrook as well. And there's a nice little burger shop here, so I had a breakfast burger while I waited. I'm not proud, but it was pretty good, so that's what I did. And we're just waiting here. And we're after this load to Paris, we're going to Wyoming, Cheyenne, Wyoming. So we're going to grab a load right next to Paris in Moreno Valley and then head to Cheyenne, Wyoming, which is great because I'm tired of California, especially Los Angeles. So I'm glad to be getting out of here. But yeah, let's go. Okay, so we delivered that load here in Wyoming, and then we got another load headed to Billings. But unfortunately, when we picked up the trailer, it had a light out. So the back passenger side light was out, which is also my blinker light. So took it into the TA, and we're in line now. It's going to be a few hours, so let's just wait, I guess. Hopefully it doesn't take 16 hours. Hopefully. Okay, so they fixed the light, and it only took a few hours. So we're back on the road, and we're headed to Billings, Montana. Let's go. So we dropped off that load in Billings, Montana, and then as we were unhooking and hooking the trailers up at the Sam's Club, all my lights came back on. So the dashboard turned into a Christmas tree again. So called maintenance up, and they're telling me to go up to the TA. That's a few miles up the road. So we're gonna go up there and get it repaired once again. Hopefully it doesn't take a week. Let's go. Okay, so the repair guy came yesterday. It was actually a mobile repair because the TA didn't have a actual repair shop. So a mobile guy came out and he replaced the ABS sensor, and now it's fixed, hopefully permanently. It only took a few hours, so we were pretty much back right on the road. And so we delivered that one to Billings, and then we got another one assigned to El Paso, Texas, which is a great load. Real happy with it. Currently, I'm outside Bridger, Montana. But yeah, real nice rest area here. That'll do it for this episode. That next load will not make the paycheck, so let's get into the spreadsheet right now. Okay, it's spreadsheet time. So in this vlog, we're going to cover 2 weeks, week 12 and week 13. For week 12, it was the maintenance week, so we ended up spending a whole week in maintenance, but there were a couple loads during that week, because if you remember, I took a load, then the lights came on, brought it to Fontana, went out, grabbed another load, lights came right back on. So there were some loads here and there. I think it was these two actually. Yeah, this one actually was going to I ended up dropping this one in Fontana as well, actually, now that I'm thinking about it. So yeah, that's what these two are about. And I think this one was from the week prior, so that's why that's on there as well. But it was on that paycheck, so we're doing it there. Anyways, for that week, only got 500 miles, $749.29 for a whole $1.50 per mile, which is pretty damn good if you ask me. But no, that's because this right here. So this $45 here is 3 hours of detention. I think that was actually from somewhere in this week, but it didn't discharge until the week after. So that's what that's about. But yeah, not much to say about that week. It was basically an entire week of maintenance with a couple loads in there, and then this one that ended up getting tagged on for that week. So yeah, not much to say about that one. That was basically just a week of maintenance. For week 13 though, this was a full week. This one we didn't do too bad. For week 13, we did 5 loads, and in those 5 loads, we got 2,322 miles, and we were paid $1,125.52 for an average of 48 cents per mile. Overall, that brings us to 25,932 miles since driving with night, and we've been paid $14,066 for 54 cents per mile. That does include things like layover. Average, so we're averaging just under 2,000 miles per week and making $1,082 per week at the same rate per mile. We've been employed for 102 days at night transportation. We've taken 12 days off, had 18 days of layover, 6 hours of detention, and for those layovers and detention, we've been paid $1,416. Days on duty, 90 days on duty. Days on duty, we've been paid $156 on average. Spent 72 days driving, and we've been paid $195.36 per day when we've actually been on the road. Average load length is 508 miles. Average miles on duty is 288, and the average miles spent driving, the average miles we got driving per day is 360 miles per day. So this is just an addition here. I decided to put in how much I was paid in detention and layover, because I think that's a relevant number. And this number right here is so high. I just realized how high this number was when I put it in there. So this is, 10% of my total pay, which is insane. Like, that is so high. And that's because every time I have to do something in maintenance, it takes a week. It just takes a week because there's just a part shortage and there's a mechanic shortage, and it just takes a week. So that, these issues here, this one, and then the one up here, like, those were basic issues, just basic. Just a sensor and then a windshield and a PM, and a sensor, a windshield, and a PM in total took 2 whole weeks to fix. So that's why things are just real slow. That's why my average is so slow. Like, if you minus these 2 weeks of, just detention and layover, I think that number is easily probably 2,500 to 3,000. I think it goes way up. But we've just had so much maintenance that, that's the way it is. And I think that's pretty normal right now. It's just really bad. But yeah, $1,400 in detention and layover. And that's almost all layover. The detention is very little. It's only like, what is that, like, I can't math, $90. Yeah, something like $90 in detention, and $1,400 overall in detention and layover. 10% of what had been paid. So that's just a lot. Yeah, but this week wasn't too bad. 2,300 miles, that's not too bad. I mean, I'd like to be higher. You know, the higher the better, but 2,300 isn't too bad. Yeah, but there you have it. Week 13, 2,300 miles and $1,100. If you're interested in truck driving, I'll leave a link in the comments section, and just click that link and put in your information, and a driver recruiter will get a hold of you. Hit the like and subscribe button, and I will see you next week.